Hey, buddy.
And we're here. We're back, buddy.
Nice shirt, looking fancy.
Yeah, you two got a polo. You got collar on and everything.
You could go golfing.
Yeah, man. Looks like you're going to sell me an airplane.
Woo. Wrong year, but I could have.
Wrong year.
That's a spaceman tuxedo T-shirt.
Yeah, it's an astronaut tuxedo shirt I got in Huntsville, Alabama, Rocket City, USA.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they had a cool T-shirt shop there, and I was like, this is the coolest one. So, yeah,
somewhere between Rocket Man and Man on the Moon.
Elton John.
Yeah,
Elton John. Everybody.
Everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
Elton John.
How we doing, man? I know it's
well. I tell you what,
roller coaster of a week for you and.
Ups and downs, baby.
Yeah.
Life is ups and downs.
It's nice being your for real friend now because like
you got the inside baseball on me.
Yeah, I will like before we get into it, it's so cool because it was like a Saturday. We were doing the pod, we were editing stuff, and you had a roast on a Saturday.
Yep.
Against young Dylan.
Yes, Rakowski, yeah.
Rakowski, who's very funny, cool dude, we gotta get him on the pod. But you got beat on Saturday.
Totally beat.
All this stuff happening in your personal life, which I'll let you talk about, obviously. But then for you on Wednesday to be like, hey, I just did the roast battle at arguably a better club, and for you to take the victory.
Yes.
To like turn around a whole bunch of new jokes because it was also a dropout of an opponent, so it was like last minute opponent, so it's last minute jokes, tons of stuff going on in your life. Things in attendance. I'm hearing from the back, oh, this joke, this. And honestly, like the jokes you have for Dylan, I'm like, oh, yeah. And then you were telling me these ones for the next guy. And I was like, these are genuinely killing me. And then to be coming out of my Wednesday night meeting and hear you saying, like, oh, I won and all this shit was just so cool. It was cool to be your a friend in the front seat.
Yeah, thanks for listening and putting your hands up in the back of the train while it does this, you know. I'm in the front going, oh, here we go. And you're like, woo. Yeah. No, it's definitely been like a wild ride. So like roast battle's fun. I really like the exercise.
Yes.
The irony here is that with Dylan I had probably 3 months to like come up with jokes.
Yeah.
And then with the New York Comedy Club one, it was Ron Mark, who is great. I love that man. He's a sweet man.
Very funny guy.
Very funny guy. Very nice guy.
Handsome.
Yeah, very, very handsome. He so I had like a week or maybe 10 days or something to write jokes.
Yeah,
and then
much less time.
Much less time, and those under pressure did better than the ones I had for like 3 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the roller coaster is, it starts with, all right, I'm excited to roast Dylan. He's undefeated. I'm undefeated in the roast battle league. Excuse me. Woo. Yeah. So, yeah, I get roasted, clean house. He wipes me up, wipes his ass with me and throws me away. Mm-hmm. And
what was his best one on you? Do you remember?
The one that I liked the most was I'm an AI image of midlife crisis.
Nice, dude. That's good.
That's pretty good. That was very good. And I thought some of mine were going to be good, but not as good. Not as good. But yes, I've had a roller coaster, and the best part about the roller coaster ride is that you find out and you recognize who your friends are and who's going to stick around or who gives a shit, right? If you're having the lows, you find out who's going to be there and who's not going to be there. And I love that. So, getting to know you, I was like, all right, I'm going to tell you everything. I'm going to unload on you. And I did. And you're like, oh, thanks for being there, listening to me.
Yeah, man, of course.
So I'm not going to go into personal stuff, but let's just say, you ever have one of those days where you're going one way and then you blink and then suddenly it's going a different direction? Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of how it feels.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. So, but yeah, I do feel like I did my due diligence of diligence is the wrong word. I think what I did was I redeemed my heart a little bit by winning the roast battle, the second one. But the big thing that happened was the tour that I had lined up too.
I know. In all ways, your life was roller coaster.
That's the other roller coaster. Where we're like, all right, great. I have a set 2 months on the books, signed the contracts, signed all the stuff.
Nice chunk of change
I'm
coming.
I'm gonna get X amount of dollars. This is great. And I get a call from the production manager who hired me, basically saying that this artist who will remain nameless. I will not do that because I actually did sign an NDA. But the artist he fired his managers, hired and fired 4 different managers in 6 weeks.
Gee.
Which is like red flag. And then the final manager he went with called the tour manager and was like, "You're too expensive. We're not going to go with you. We're done." And so that just went away.
Yeah.
And that's show business, baby. And that's show business.
That
it's
is.
just like moods and whatever it is.
Characters, personalities.
Yeah. So then I got offered, and so thankfully the dudes that were hired me, they're like, "We're gonna hook you up. We're gonna hook you." And then I got the next week, or the next day actually, I got offered to do an arena tour, and I'm here for an arena tour.
Yeah.
And so that's like
cool artist.
Yeah.
You mentioned
it's cool. It's a cool artist, and we're gonna be a support for a bigger artist. So we're like, so that's actually easier. The load-ins are later, and they get out first.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the support, you get a little squeeze in terms of space and time and everything like that. But that's what I'm doing now. So that happened first, right? And then I'm like building up to the roast battle, and I'm writing jokes. I'm like, I'm feeling really good about this. I woke up Saturday morning, and I'm running my jokes. I'm saying them out loud to Dylan. I'm going through them. It's in my mouth. I could just blah, 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 I could do it with my eyes shut now. I go there, and he does a good job. He's
He's a funny boy.
Yeah. So I get that low. So you're like,
Yeah.
And then they get the life thing, and then yeah. I was going to ask you, as a funny guy, as one of the funnier guys that I know,
Thank you.
comedian, how do you deal with like a really bad night or like a shitty
Bombing?
show? Yeah, bombing. Yeah, like, how do you deal with that?
There's so many different like ways that can happen. You know what I mean? I think the best advice. I actually recently had one that kind of messed me up, and Maddie Lopes told me like, you got to just learn to laugh at it like as it's happening, because like if you can zoom out a little bit more, because like I enjoy like. And this is gonna sound evil, but if comics I think can relate, there's nothing like when you have a buddy in comedy who you do know is funny, but like everybody bombs at open mics. Like it's a hell room. There's barely people there. They're there, whatever. No one's there. Like people that didn't pay or whatever. But watching one of your friends who is funny bomb, and watching them start treading water and floundering is this perverse joy, because you know the pain and you know their voice and the different ticks when it's going in. And so it's like, I don't know. But if you can almost be watching yourself and just enjoy that this is like a preposterous moment, you know what I mean?
I do really enjoy, like you said, watching people I know are funny.
Yeah.
Bomb.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, how are they going to handle this?
Yeah.
Because if you're used to getting laughs,
Yeah.
you're used to a certain thing, and you can kind of see the breaks in their eyes go.
I've heard like the Conan or whatever, that the steer into the skid, right? Like don't not address it. Quite often Conan's, opening monologue, some of the best things would be when the joke doesn't do well and what he does with that.
Yeah.
And
that's the biggest
I love
pops,
studying that. I've heard that Tracy Morgan would tell people, if you're bombing, leave a crater. Just fuck it. Go fucking nuts. You know what I mean? Go dig as deep as it goes. Nice. And it's easier to say when you're on 30 Rock or whatever, but like
you get all that money.
You know what I mean?
Sure,
yeah.
It'd be easy. Yeah.
But I think the thing to do is there's nothing, and there's times where it's like a super shitty road gig or a VFW, and it's like, I just got to fill this time, get my little bit of cash, and get the fuck out of here. But I think you have to just like address it. I think you have to just stop and be like, all right, so let's talk about why you guys hate me so much, and like get into that. Is the best thing. But I think the biggest thing is like that whole like, that motivational speech where Michael Jordan's like, I missed 900 something shots and 23 different times. The game was on me and I lost it. And it's like, you don't win without even more failure. So you have to just remember, like, of course, consistently putting yourself in front of groups of strangers where the context is we are actively expecting you to draw out of us an involuntary, authentic response from your life story. That comedy's not always going to work, no matter who you are. So just to once it's happening, you go, okay, let's address it, let's deal with it. And then the biggest thing is to get another set as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you like I like if I have like if it's a weekend and like let's say that there's like 2 shows Saturday and the second show Saturday sucks. Now you gotta wait till next weekend to like redeem yourself and you just hate yourself.
Yeah.
So that's why you gotta get to a mic, get wherever you can. Just go, just shake it off.
Yeah, there's definitely like one of the things, like, because I know that I've bombed a lot, and I knew that when I first started, I would bomb almost every time, because that was kind of like someone gave me a framework when I started getting up on stage. You're like, oh, you're gonna suck for a while. Yeah, you're gonna suck for a year, unless you're a natural, which some people are naturally funny. And I think that I'm more of a skill guy, where I'm like I had to like chip away at getting to the point where I'm getting laughs and pops and stuff like that. Yeah. So for me, like it was like a couple times recently, I went up on a mic and it was like such a bummer mic, because like it was like 2 or 3 other people in the room. And
it's like, how are you? Yeah. There is no killing that room.
And then I just go. Like it's hard for me to just not go ugh, and then just say my jokes, but like But then like I have this thing where it's a bad habit, but like I'll disengage from the performance, because you go on when you're on, right? Like we're on a little bit because we're on camera and we're recording it, so we're on a little bit.
We're aware of
it's that on and off. You're welcome. The on and off thing, and so it's been recently. I like a couple. I was just like, I'm gonna turn it. It just turned off. And it was awful.
You just start like folding laundry on stage. You're just like, fuck it.
Like, hey guys, I gotta scratch this itch real quick. You're gonna watch me do that. Yeah.
Well, I think I had a great this dude who ended up being a comedy agent, and then I think he manages a club now. But he had said that embrace hell gigs and hell rooms, because the next tier is just getting paid to go to a place where they didn't sell that many tickets. You're not famous yet, so no one's there for you. But now you got to earn the money part. You know what I mean? So it's like getting used to like dealing with the awkwardness, dealing with a space, and crowd work and stuff like that.
Feels good when you do well, though. I love that feeling, and I needed that this week, man. It was like.
Yeah, I heard like you crushed on Wednesday.
Well, it felt good. Yeah. It felt really good. Yeah, and it was a clean sweep judge wise.
Nice. It's not you did the exact
totally
reverse.
Just flipped it. Yeah,
you got swept and then you were the sweeper.
Yeah. So I guess I think that
sometimes you're the dust, sometimes you're the broom. I'll kill myself.
All right, bin that. We're just gonna bin that. Nice. That's for your British mom. Yes. Bin that. Yeah. So yeah, it felt really good to have that up and down. And I guess the trick is most art is like this. Suffering produces such good art.
Suffering plus time.
Yeah, suffering plus time.
Generally.
And music too. Like same with music. Like
sure.
I remember when a specific president won that lots of people were not happy about. And I was like, I just knew that punk rock music, there's going to be so many good songs. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like when something shifts, it's like the art just explodes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shitty presidents make for decent late night jokes and music.
Totally.
Not so much geopolitics, but.
Yeah. Boring gig. I'm a week into my. I'm also a week from my colonoscopy. I'm 1 week out from my colonoscopy.
Happy
we spoke
anniversary.
at like maybe 1 or 2, almost 3 weeks now, depending on when these air. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I noticed
Happy analversary.
Hey, anniversary. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I can't think of anything funny to say about that, but that's good. I noticed the thing when you take the time to clean out, and you and you empty out all of the guts, and you have no more guts to be rearranged. I love that. And then you fill them up again.
You know you're an OnlyFans model. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. You fill them up again. I realized, and then. So this is gross, and I don't know if this will even make air, but the having diarrhea has become kind of a sense of relief.
Just this past week?
It's just from the week out.
Or is that a daily thing now?
No, it's not a daily thing. So it was also like one of the days I ate a bunch of, I ate food or whatever. One of the days I had diarrhea. And I was like, oh, this is I'm okay with this now. So I guess you could say the colonoscopy prep kind of like lifts you to another layer of dumps. Like your mindset or your perspective of it is like an elevated bathroom experience now.
Huh.
I don't know.
Is it because you felt truly cleaned out, so you're sort of starting from scratch? Or you just had to sit on the toilet so long you got practiced at it?
Yeah, it kind of took the fear away. It took the fear away. Like, I'm not afraid of this anymore. I'm
the guy who wants you to join him because he's afraid to diarrhea alone. Please don't make me go there by myself.
You know how powerful a good diarrhea can be. It can change your whole day.
Yes.
Happened
to me today.
Yeah, right. It's like, what can make you late?
Yeah, I was late today. I apologize.
It's okay. Shit happens.
Shit literally happens, and it almost happened in my car. And
no.
I was dead serious. Because I'm like a forgetful guy, so like I often will be like, all right, my little bag that I bring with my laptop and shit when I come into the studio, load that up, put it in the car, put my water bottle in the car, the caffeine drinks, whatever, but then I like so that I can put stuff in there, and then go back in to like make sure I'm not forgetting anything, because it's like an hour to get here, so it's like once I'm, it's like I can't come back.
Yeah.
But the car was loaded up, and I'd done my check. I was like, oh cool, and phone's in the thing with plug. The music's going, engine's running, car's in reverse in the driveway.
So is your colon.
And it went, and it was like I think episode 1, I came in here being like, you ever fake out shits and like your body's waking up like in different like departments of your body or like opening shop at different times. And so I had a fake out or whatever, and I thought I was good to go. And then all of a sudden it was just like, and I just put the car in park, engines running, driver doors open,
engines running,
music's going. I run back in the house, and for like 20 minutes, I'm in there being like, I hope no one steals my car. Like,
did you even have your phone with you?
No.
Oh, that's amazing.
No, I had to just go.
Amazing.
The car's not rolling,
and
then run out so I don't shit myself. And then I called you and I was like, hey, this is
so that was raw dogging, as they say. You know the raw dogging thing, where you sit in a plane and don't look at anything or watch anything or your phone.
Oh yes.
You're raw dogging.
I was raw dogging the porcelain throne. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it was. It's like one of those things where it's like I can't text him. I just have to. Ride this out.
Yeah, it was funny because you texted me like, all right, I plan to be here at 11:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
And at like 10 to 12, you're like, hey man, I'm gonna be. Oh shit, okay, something.
Yeah, I had a little surprise session.
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, that was my roller coaster every week. But you get the moral of the story is you really have to just run with life.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it runs you.
Yeah, I think
that's so stupid.
Well, I mean, it's like if you want to make God laugh, make plans, all that kind of type quotes. I think that people who have been divorced or lost loved ones or whatever, it's like you're one phone call away from your whole world being pretty different at any given moment.
Yeah.
And I mean, the whole recovery program and meetings, it's like they have a saying actually where, and I love this one, where it's like, because you'll be like, oh, my life is so whatever, right? And you've got stuff going on that's real.
Yep.
But then you go into these rooms and you sit down and you start sharing or you start listening, and it's like if everybody in the room was able to put their problems on the table, you'd probably just want to take yours back.
Yeah.
And
it's like, because you'd be like, oh, mine's so tiny. I'm gonna put mine back in my pocket.
Yeah, and I had that happen recently because like I've been doing this joke lately about when I had to do a paternity test.
Oh.
Have you heard this one?
I might have heard that. I'm sorry if I forget it. But.
Well, anyway, it's like the point of the joke is just that like if you ever dated someone who's willing to waste your time. And I was dating a girl. Me and her ex-boyfriend were dating this girl, and she got pregnant. And
me and her ex.
Yeah. And so I go to meet up with her, and she was just like so excited and dead serious. She looked me in the face, and she was like, "So, do you want to know the gender first, or if it's yours?" Ooh. And I was like, "Is that?" The punchline of the joke is like, that's like being in front of a judge, and he's like, do you want to know how long the sentence is or if you're guilty? It's like one of these makes the other one irrelevant to me. But a guy told me that and I was acquitted of all fatherhood charges, so I'm not a dad, but I met a guy recently who's like, I found out I had a daughter because someone came into my cell one day years into a bid and was like, we need to take your DNA. And I was like, why? And they're like, do you know this person? And he's like, yeah, I know her. And they're like, well, you might have a daughter with her, so we're taking your DNA. It's like court ordered. And it's like this craziness. And just like, yeah, dude, I'll take my problems back. I'll take my problems back.
Yeah, you're like, maybe you could just
gratitude is so powerful.
Delete it. You had a week too, right?
I had a bit of a week. Yeah, so Sunday night I have a show in Manhattan, a bar show on 14th Street. Awesome, goes well. But it's like, to come from Hamden, Connecticut, to drop your car in Fairfield, to drop the Metro North to Grand Central, to jump on the subway down to 14th Street, then all those steps back. I'm back in Connecticut in my bed, and I'm like awake at like 4 a.m. Like, fuck, I'm supposed to be riding with my sponsor to court / dropping him off for jail in the morning. So I barely sleep. I get out to where he is. His sponsor and me ride with him to sort of take him. And he's not going for long, but we were there, and his attorney is the guy who kept me out of jail.
Oh, wow.
Almost 6 years ago.
Wow.
And he's this really prominent, big deal Connecticut criminal defense attorney. And we're all outside the courthouse, or in the hallway in the courthouse and outside the courtroom. And I don't know why I blanked on that. And it's like my sponsor, me, his sponsor, who's now covering me, and the program's so cool.
Yeah.
And these two lawyers that are big deal guys, and they come up, and my sponsor knows that I had used his attorney in the past because of stories I've told him. He's like, hey, Jack, you remember Keele? And this like 70-year-old stud attorney just goes, I see him like genuinely remember me and go, oh man, how are you doing? I was like, I'm doing so good, man. I want to thank you. You seriously helped my life, and it was a really hard time. And he goes, oh, great, and you're doing good now? I'm like, I'm really doing good now. By the way, guess who's my sponsor? Point at my guy,
his other client,
who's about to go to jail for a little while.
His other client.
And he looks at me and goes, oh, no way, you want to get a beer?
Damn.
And we just all cracked up, but just small world shit.
Yeah.
But
it feels university. It feels a little bit like connected. Like there's something's like, hey, let's keep Keele. Let's keep him in a tight knit.
Yeah, it feels like a shift towards a new trajectory.
Yeah,
which is nice for sure. But it's just crazy, and it's just great. Like showing up for others. You know what I mean? Like being able to. When you call me and you're like, oh, I'll tell you the short version. I'm like, hey, man, I'm parking the car. You can do the long version. It feels good to show up for others because for so long I wasn't able to show up for others or myself. And when you help others, you are ultimately helping yourself.
It does feel good, doesn't it?
It's really cool.
It does feel good. Yeah. Showing off for others, yeah.
Yeah, just showing off. Dick pics with points of reference.
Yeah, exactly. Bragging. You know what? I forgot to say this on the pod here. I think the first sentence you ever said to me was we were hanging outside the Elbow Room Comedy Club at night, and it was just the normal comics hang at the back, and you were just sitting on the ground looking up and listening to everybody's conversation, and you get up and you're leaving, and you just look at me and you go, "You're really good at bragging," and then walked away, and I was like. I don't know how to take that, but that was hilarious. And I feel dumb and good at the same time. And I tried to turn it into a bit. I was like, well, he just gave me something else to brag about. But that was the first thing he said to me. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay.
That's incredible.
Yeah. He said, you're really good at bragging. I'm like, thanks, I guess. But I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I hope it was received well.
Yeah, well, like I said, it was kind of like, I thought it was hilarious. I'm like,
good.
Am I bragging? Is he actually mean I'm doing it well? Or is he being a dick and saying I should shut up because I keep bragging? And like, I'm known to do that sometimes. I've dropped some names or dropped some things. And
you have a cool life,
it's the insecurity in me that I feel like I'm trying to make a case that like, you should like me, like that.
Right.
And that it leaks out sometimes, and that was like one of the nights where I was like second guessing myself and reviewing, but also like, maybe he's right. Maybe I'm good at bragging.
Maybe I should consider a career in this.
Yeah, I'd love to get paid for bragging. But
yeah.
But that was like the first thing you ever said to me. It's like in November or something like that.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I do wonder with all the. Actually, I had a friend, Kristen. Man, she is a comic and a great person, but she told me a theory. She was like, "What if when you die, you have to watch a tape of all your blackouts before you can get into heaven?" And I was like, "I'll be fucking there a long time."
That's BET, right? That's BET right there.
Yeah.
Blackout Entertainment.
Yeah. Some people don't even know what that is now, right? Is that still a channel?
I think so.
Okay.
That's us white guys. Is it real still?
Well, just cable's gone. Like Comedy Central's gone, but not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But those were the things of my childhood for sure.
That's a good premise of watching all your blackouts.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Finally seeing them.
Have you ever? That's a good question. Have you ever actually watched any video or footage of a blackout moment or a time? Because my thought is like, your brain does record most things, and sometimes your brain will push it back and protect you.
You mean
from
a literal
remembering
tape of it, or
yeah, like if
someone ever filmed me?
Yeah, just mean like, have you watched it back and been like, oh, I didn't remember that, but then when you showed that to me, I do remember it now. Because the brain is pretty good at like, printing your memories. And I think
that's just how general. That's how like when someone starts telling a story.
Yeah.
I have many times had the experience of like, oh, I don't remember that time, but once they start telling the story, I'll go, oh,
it
yeah,
does
right.
come back to you. So even a blackout moment, like even a blackout window comes back. Yeah, I was just curious. I've only, to my knowledge, I've only blacked out once because of over drinking.
Ever?
Well, maybe there was twice, but the longest time that I can remember, which is ironic, it was like a 20-minute window, and I've said this actually earlier. I said this, I think, during the Chris pod. When Chris episode, yeah. But that 20-minute window, until she told me what it was, I didn't remember it. And then she said it. I'm like, oh, it comes back to me now. Yeah. So I was just like wondering if there was another but that was like a story, like you're saying, someone tells you and it comes back. I'm just wondering if there's been footage, like
I'm sure it exists. I don't have anything coming to like that. If people are filming you when you're in a blackout, you're a real problem because it's like they're obviously they're and not that I wasn't, but like for people to have like film crew type we're gonna start documenting this for you.
You haven't gone viral.
Yeah.
That's another problem. You can go viral when you get blackout like that.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm definitely grateful that all the social media stuff came out when it did,
Dude, me too. Seriously. Like I think about like my 20s my teens and my 20s. I'm so happy that there wasn't social media then. You know what I mean? Because I have stills. I got a bunch of prints. Like I have a whole, suitcase basically full of like photos from that era. And like I'm just thinking about like, how you look back in your life. Like I was painfully annoying. I was painfully self-centered. I was,
dick was too big, something like that.
Well, that was a problem.
Scoliosis from it.
What do they call slaying all that puss?
It was a real problem.
Yeah, real problem. Yeah. But and I just think about it now. I'm like, boy, it would be so painful to watch myself back then. And if anybody of my friends from back in the day ever see this or hear this, please comment and like let everyone know what I was like, because I'm sure it's terrible. I mean, maybe my memory of myself, because I'm pretty good. I'm like the best. You said I'm the best of the self-negative guy.
You are.
Yeah. So maybe it's fine. I don't know.
It probably is.
Probably fine.
Probably is. I think that the coolest thing though is just that like I feel like especially. People that are today between the ages of like 30, call it 34 to 44, is that sweet spot of I was a teenager-ish when smartphone, like not necessarily smartphones, but like the way that social media, YouTube, all that stuff has affected you is that it's like it's this cool toy or device, or almost it's like yearbooky.
It's a novelty.
It doesn't like even this pod. Like I want it to do better, but when I'm looking at it, I'm just like, oh, cool, we made a thing. Yeah. It doesn't give me my identity.
Right.
And when you talk to younger people and especially date them, I know. You find out that like just the severity. I mean, it's a hackneyed to death topic, but it's so true.
It is, yeah.
Because like from birth, like the people that are adults today, people that are 24 to 26 were born in the year 2000.
Yeah.
Their whole life
is this.
Was, yeah.
And I don't know if I might have said this already, but like, when I try to explain social media to like the boomers, older generations, they talk about like the internet or, oh, that's just online. And I even still have a little bit of that, like, oh, that's just online. It's like, but like,
it's more real than real.
There's no, with this younger, with the youngers, from that era, there's no separation. It is their real life. There's no separation, which is so hard for, I think, younger people to even understand.
Both sides, it's hard to understand the other.
Yeah, totally. It's both sides to kind of understand that. And that's why, I'm happy to be the age that I am, because I had an analog childhood and a digital adulthood.
Yeah.
Where digital stuff came in while I was like 15 years old when the internet started to become popular.
Right.
So I kind of like eased into it. Like I was passing notes as a kid, paper notes.
Yes.
And then by the time I graduated high school, I had a phone. Yeah. And we're on, AIM, AIM or whatever. And so I'm just happy with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just happy that I like I can bridge a little bit of the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's
old men stuff. Damn. How old are you? Damn. That was amazing.
You did such a good job on that.
Well, thanks. Well, you did too, because it was so perfect. It was like I said my age, and you just like pause, and you're like, "Damn." I was like, "That's totally the moment." Yeah. That was fun.
Oh, hey guys, we're very proud of our sponsors. This week we are sponsored by Magna-Balls. Do you have restless ball syndrome? Are you too horny to sleep? Does your sack feel like a Newton's cradle at night, just keeping you up, bothering whoever's next to you? You need Magna-Balls, the world's first wipe-on, rub-offable restless ball cream. I ran into a little bit of a snafu with a lady earlier this week, and the thing about it is that, because she's been so patient and kind and good to me, and now that I'm doing better, but it hasn't been that long, right? And if you know somebody for years and then they're good for especially someone who's like, because I've done this amount of time before of being good, so and both actually her and my sponsor weirdly like a couple weeks ago their own versions of expressing like, I'm nervous, we're entering your danger zone.
Yes.
We're entering where you feel like you got it, and you can go take the reins and do things the way you do them. And so we had this thing about music festival, whatever, I want to go. We had talked about it, whatever, and she was like, she was trying to not say, I don't know if I'm comfortable bringing you to a music festival because of that environment.
Yeah.
So she started making about other shit, and I was like, this is bullshit. This is a bullshit reason. And it's like, and like she was like, and eventually it came out like, yes, I'm sorry, and here's what I'm like, and she's like, I'm afraid of saying that to you because I don't want to hurt you, and I'm over here being like, well, that makes sense because I am guilty of all those things, but I just get it. And so I realized like, we train the people in our lives to, especially if you have like an addiction thing, like she's trained now to deal with a grown man all of a sudden being irrational, not really making sense, and being upset and being like extra harpy on the one thing and not dropping it. You know what I mean? And so I was like, it was really nice to. It's just really nice to be able to like communicate. Yeah. This is not funny at all.
No, but it's real.
Yeah.
But it's real.
But like to come to someone and be like, hey, I'm not mad at you. Like. What I've made you come to expect certain behaviors every so often.
Yeah. Cycle.
So of course you have trepidations.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And it's just.
And does that offend you? Does her?
No. Trying to pretend like it's about how no, we can't bring you because you be birds. Like, you brought 5 people last time. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
but she's like dancing around.
Yeah.
Dancing around.
Yeah, because
and that's why you could sniff it out. You're like, that's not a real reason. That's not a real reason. Say the real reason.
I have like anxious attachment, and she has avoidant, when we don't do our healthiest versions of ourselves, and those clash. And so it's just, but it's so cool, man, to be like breaking through these plateaus of character and getting through to another.
Man, it puts a lens on me right now with what I'm going through.
Yeah.
There's probably this thing that's not being said. And a friend of mine was like, "You sure it's not this thing?" And I go, "No, we didn't even mention this thing." So it could be a thing that is not being said out loud that maybe I've got to investigate a little bit more and be more honest with myself. And, like it could be something else.
Well, it's honestly, dude, and it's sort of like your question earlier about bombing.
Yeah.
And this is the way it was explained to me. I took the UCB class for improv.
Okay.
And one of the things is play to the height of your intelligence.
Okay.
Not use your fanciest vocab words.
Right, okay.
But we're doing a scene.
Yeah.
We're wearing fake mustaches.
Yeah.
There's a live audience. My mustache falls off. Instead of just picking it up and panic and putting it back on and pretending like it didn't happen, address it because we're all aware it happened.
Right.
So use your intelligence of this is what was happening.
Yeah.
So when you're in the room where you're bombing, is it because I said this? Or, same thing in a relationship. Read the room.
Right.
Call out the elephant for being an elephant.
Yeah.
In the corner.
And I've been an elephant before. Promise you that. I've been an elephant before. And then, I've been kind of like thinking about that. Like maybe there's stuff in my life that I'm not paying attention to, and maybe there's some issue there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry to be so vague, everybody, but maybe someday I'll talk about it. And
we're warming them up, folks. We're only.
Yeah. I am that private guy that I'm so not comfortable sharing myself, but then like just get me settled and talking, and I'm like, oh, I'll tell you everything about me. I'm an oversharer at sometimes.
If we're having some whiskeys at the elbow room with no camera recording,
well, let me tell you,
we will talk.
We made out like crazy.
Oh yeah, no, we fucked for sure, for sure.
It's great.
But I mean, do you think you're private about that stuff because you don't want to speak ill of someone, because you're embarrassed, because you just like whenever things get vulnerable is when you feel like unsafe? What's going on with you? Because I always feel like people, I have often gotten compliments on being like authentic or over like transparent or whatever about stuff. But to me, it's like, it's almost not my life is my life.
Yeah,
like, right. You know what I mean? Like what happened. I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah, and and I think it's personality. I think some people are wired certain ways.
Yeah, and
I think I'm wired for keeping it close to the chest because like you're much more out in the open, and like for me, it's like I don't know what it is. I think there's definitely like this whole. I don't want people to know because maybe there's an ego thing. Maybe I don't want them to think less of me. Maybe there's just a vulnerability thing because now they could speak into this element in my life. Maybe there's I don't know. I think I'm wired a certain way, and that's the way. And then this past month and a half, 2 months of doing the pod and getting to know you, I've just kind of pushed myself a little bit more this year to kind of be a little bit more open and I guess vulnerable. Yeah, I guess technically vulnerable or whatever. But
it's vulnerable because it's like, I'm going to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
Do you think part of
I cut you off all the time. Just now.
But is it because almost like the fear of failure thing where it's like, if you reject me not knowing much about me, who cares? Because you don't really know me.
Right.
But if you know me and you don't like it, well, that extra hurts.
Yeah, certainly that.
Certainly, I guess if I really try to pursue my dreams and fail, well, now I'm actually a failure.
Yeah.
But if I just get drunk 80% of the time and tell jokes 20% and people still think I'm funny.
Yeah. I don't think I half-ass life. That sounds like half-assing it so that you're not responsible.
I was talking about me.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry, you're half-assing life.
Yeah, I was, for sure.
Yeah.
If that.
So, no, I just, I think about, but the ironic part about all of this is that I know because of comedy that like authenticity and people, when they can relate to somebody, immediately you'll have a connection or they'll listen to you.
Yeah.
And I am one-to-one. I'm that guy. People tell me things and I make them feel safe and confident. I can help. I make people feel like I understand them because generally I do understand people. I'm a pretty understanding guy. So there's that thing. But then as I go flipped on the other side, it's like going the other direction. I'm like, well, I don't know if I can talk about my problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling a little bit about it, but it's a personal thing. And I guess I'll say it out loud. Sounds like it's a Scorpio thing, and you're a Leo thing. For those fans that look at the stars and care about that kind of stuff, there are trends within personalities and signs or whatever, and they say that Scorpios are particularly more private and internal, and Leos are much more open and more of a proud lion kind of thing. So
yeah. No, I know. I mean, I didn't know about the Scorpio one.
Yeah.
I'm not big into that stuff, but I have talked to human women, and so they will tell you predominantly that they're always like, "Oh, he's a Leo, great." Like that's what I get often. But
I get like, I don't like Scorpios. I don't trust them. Like, all right, whatever. I don't know what that means.
Is that a thing? You're not trustworthy?
Well, I think it's this the people,
you strike me as the opposite.
The women that have said that to me have obviously been hurt by someone who is a Scorpio.
Yeah,
you know. So I mean, it's really just like, oh, men. It's like all men. Like, okay, it's not all men. It's that man or these men. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Don't be so easy to cheat on. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's amazing.
I just had to bring up a little.
That's amazing.
Spice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What are you deep in the astrology?
I'm not.
You are, right?
I'm not. No. So I don't take any time to do it. It's osmosis. I'm learning it from somebody else who's very into it.
Okay. Because you have a chart in your house.
No, do I?
Didn't you say you have a chart? Your chart or something? Someone else. Charts are part of it, though, right?
Yeah, chart is a thing. Yeah, chart. Yeah, your chart. And that's like it's like the circle thing with lines and stuff like that.
In your house and your rising moon.
Yeah, there's houses,
morning boner, and
all that stuff. Yeah. I've learned a lot just by osmosis.
Okay.
But no, I don't think there's anything on my walls. We have some like Thai styled like lotus leaves, and
I don't know where I thought that from.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Don't accuse me of that, bro. No.
How fucking dare you, brother?
Growing up, when I was living in my room with my buddy that my parents took in, I wish we had like foam walls and doors.
Because you guys were punching everything.
Because we're punching everything, and it just seems like that would be a really good thing.
I have done so much like kick the door. But one of the things I noticed between the last couple places I've lived is that I guess I open doors aggressively over time because the door knobs are like ripping out of the door. Like my doorknob currently in my bedroom, you can slide it like this in and out. It's almost off, and I haven't been angry like that. It's just that like I guess I don't know, but
do it too hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you turn it until it stops and then turn it more?
I don't know. I don't think about it.
Yeah.
But I just go, oh shit, this door's coming out, and I'm like, this happened in the last place. And I'm like, well, I'm the common denominator, so it's got to be a me thing. But
that sounds like a metaphor for alcoholism.
yeah, probably.
I didn't realize I was doing it, but suddenly my doorknob is falling apart.
yeah.
I don't know.
But like, yeah, I had my last apartment, my landlord was a sweetheart guy. But I got a bit of bad. This is in 2023, so this is a little while ago, and I moved out of there August 25. So, and I punched a hole in the wall in 2023 because it was like my mom died in June that year, and then like the next month I had this like bad bit of news as well, and so I like just sort of had a moment of snapping. Punched a hole in the wall, but life got better. Life moved on, whatever. And then he gives me a due notice that he's selling the house to his son-in-law, but procrastination to the point where the day he's gonna come and do the look around, I'm like, oh fuck, that's right. I punched a hole in this wall 2 years ago, but it's been left since that moment, so it looks like it happened last night. Because I just don't think about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, trying to like put shit in it that night.
Patch,
he came in, he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't do anything else to that. Like, we'll do it.
Stop. Don't make it worse.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy those patch kits.
Well, I did, but like it was an old building, and I had a nice connection. So
You're like, I had a nice.
It just
my jab was on point.
I guess I mean, it's not cool, but like it was like I was YouTubing it, and I was like, this is more than what YouTube is giving me. to solve. But
You were YouTubing it. Yeah. You mean how to fix it? Yeah.
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 Yeah, well, because it's like, fucking, like, these kits aren't enough, but it's not, I'm not going to build a whole new wall here.
And then, like, in every 10 seconds, there's an ad, and you got to wait. You're like,
yeah.
Skip.
Yeah. But, no, yeah, it's, that's a real thing. Like, landlords and all that shit. Have you ever been evicted? Have you ever had a...
No, thankfully not.
Yeah.
I did rent a farmhouse for like 12 years from a family, and it was a family trust, and it was like cheap rent, and they never raised it on me. And so I was like out of my lease after the first year, and I never signed another lease. So I was in a position where they could just be like, okay, time to move out. And they, at any moment they could have said that to me. Thankfully they didn't do that. But no, I never got evicted. When I first moved in there, I was like worried that they would like be questioning me, like, hey, why was this done? Because in my lease, in the agreement was I had to keep the yard the way it was when I arrived. And it was a farmhouse, and there was 18 acres.
Jesus.
Yeah. So it was only
Where was this?
It was in Ledyard.
Okay.
Yeah, I was still in Ledyard,
18 acres.
Yeah, it's a huge chunk in Ledyard. If you zoom in on the map, you can see it. Like you can see, like how like in Google Maps there's like a green out or a green spot.
Yeah,
green outline or whatever. Yeah, and so it was a really cool spot, and like that allowed me. Like living there allowed me to just really grow my career at the time because I wasn't paying a lot for rent. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to take advantage of this. So I never got evicted. And it was kind of like the opposite. Like there was stuff going wrong in the house that I wanted to move out because, the oil burner and the windows weren't sealing right. And it was just like costing so much more money because it was, really cheap rent, but I had to pay for everything else. So electric, water,
for a whole farm.
For everything. Yeah. So and then like if anything went wrong, they would just be like, okay, and I would have to deal with it. So I had to pay for
the joys of home ownership without the asset increase.
Totally.
Without the net worth building.
Nothing. It was no building in that. Yeah. So I did not get evicted. I know it has nothing to do with being evicted, but it felt like the opposite, meaning like I wanted to leave, but like because of how shitty the house was sometimes.
Yeah.
But there was like I couldn't say no to staying because of how cheap it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know.
And a place like that's essential in the build of a career like that. You need to
totally. I mean, I
minimize the bottom line.
I honestly could not have built what I have now without that period of time. Yeah, honestly. Because, like I said, I think earlier, I was like, I would drive 2.5 hours for $100.
Yeah.
One way for $100. You know what I mean? And like, and that would be it for the 4 or 5 days. That's all I would make, that kind of thing. But that was good because that was only a fraction of my rent. So I could get away with it in a month, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fuck, marry, Keele. Dealing with a friend who won't shut the fuck up about a new relationship, a friend who won't shut the fuck up about a new job, or a friend who won't shut the fuck up about their new fitness regime.
I would kill the person talking about their fitness routine because I would always feel bad about myself.
Yep.
Marry the person with a job because they have a job.
Yep.
And I would fuck the other one, whatever that other one was.
New relationship. Yeah.
New relationship.
Yeah, break it up for them.
Totally. Just mess it up for them. Yeah.
Fuck, marry, Keele. A craft brewery nerd aficionado.
Yeah.
Pothead weed strain nerd aficionado. Or someone after the age of 30 all of a sudden getting real into a martial art.
So I would marry the person after 30 suddenly getting into a martial art because then I know they will last long and protect me.
Yes.
Because I'm a pussy.
Sure.
I would fuck the beer guy because you'd be drunk and you wouldn't remember anyway.
I love how we're assuming it's a guy.
Person. It's fine. Yeah. And I would kill the pothead. I don't have anything against potheads, but he's trying to escape anyway, so I'd help him.
Sweet release of death. I was evicted once.
Were you? Oh yeah, I should have asked you that.
It's okay.
Hey, were you ever evicted?
One time.
Because you were like setting up a whole bit, and I totally derailed it, like I do all the time in this pod. That everyone who watches the pod can tell that I do that all the time.
We should do
a supercut of all the times.
Well, a captions episode, but it's not what we're saying. It's what's your internal monologue.
Yeah, during your talking.
During the talking.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Or like a voiceover where it's just like, God, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, I can almost see in your eyes sometimes where you're like, oh, great one, Jason. That's like, dude, be nicer to my friends.
It's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
But it is funny to watch. You're like going this way and you're setting up this whole thing, and I'm just like, hey, this over here. And you go, you stop, and then you're like, okay, I'll go with you for a while, man. And I was trying to get here, but then it was like, bring it back. But I know that's entertainment.
That's show business, baby.
It's show business, baby. That's why we're good together, I think.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of reasons.
Yeah. So, hey, have you ever
Mostly sexual.
Have you ever gotten evicted?
Yes.
Tell me the story about how you got evicted.
Well, no, it was college days, and 4 of us had a 5-bedroom in Central Square next to the Middle East, which is a music.
Oh yeah, I know the Middle East.
On
yeah,
that block.
famous.
That was the corner. That was our corner.
Yeah.
And we had this incredible apartment, and for the time, but it was like we had a living room and this other room that was basically became a beer pong room and like roof access, and like we had parties where, like I remember one time, and we weren't really supposed to be on the roof. There's no railing or nothing, but there was like genuinely 80 to 100 people on the roof.
Whoa.
Another 50, 60 in the apartment.
That's like structurally like.
But it was Boston. It's a real building.
yeah,
We're in Cambridge, and
okay,
it's a real place. But it's just like it was just like a lot of people. And there was a party one time. Like there was cops who come do it, whatever was happening. But there was one party where I was on the roof, whatever, feeling like the man. Come downstairs, and I see, like wallflower style, leaning against the wall, 2 Boston police officers
Just chilling,
looking around the room. And I remember being in my drunken state, being like, not my turn. And I just like to talk to them, and I just went back to the roof, partied, forgot about it, came downstairs and was like, oh, it's also going. And oh yeah, I guess wow, I wonder what happened there. And yeah, and like
that's wild, dude.
Yeah, and like we did the whole fire extinguisher sitting on an office chair, like rolling down the hallway, and we would throw our garbage out the 4th floor window of our kitchen to land at the dumpster. Occasionally, it would hit cars or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we definitely earned that eviction.
That's wild.
But it was
they were just sitting there taking notes.
It was, dude. It was like I was like, oh man, I don't know. I don't know how much I should really tell, but I have been asked to leave.
There you go.
With a group of pals in the college days of one place.
There's another word for that. They call it kicked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's crazy is we did it like within a semester. Like it was
like one semester.
Yeah, like it was I believe junior year of college.
Was that called the winning semester?
Like move in September or maybe late August, I don't know what it was, but I'm home. I remember distinctly being home on Thanksgiving break and getting the call saying, hey man, we have to like find a new place already, like 3 or whatever it is months into a 12-month lease.
Oh my gosh, dude.
So we got after it that year. But
that was the winning semester.
Yeah.
How was it? How did that correspond to the Charlie Sheen thing? Was that pre-Charlie Sheen?
Pre-Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I am that old.
Well, yeah, me too.
Yeah. Anything you want to wrap up this one with?
Nah, I mean, I think that no.
All right, cool.
Gonna lead you somewhere and blue ball you. And now you can hear the gym rats up here dropping the weights on the ceiling.
Oh, there's a
gym right above it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's called Gym Fam or something like that. I don't know.
We should go up there dressed like we are now and just get a set in.
Just like, hey, get out of the way, man. Let me show you what's done. Show you what this keg can do. Yeah. Cool, man. Cheers.
All right.